Hey, this is Brian Johnson, and welcome to my first video as being part of the support crew for Mastery Systems. And just to kind of give you a bit of feedback, you are in an amazing place because Mr. Robert Tennyson Stevens, as well as Mastery Systems and our whole family, and the information and the wisdom that Bob shares has by far changed my life in more ways than I could possibly express to you. And with your permission, I'm going to share with you and take you on a little bit of a journey called Conscious Fitness. So my whole goal and intention for shooting this video, for one, is this is the first video of many that I will be doing as my gift to our Mastery Systems community, sharing the blessings and the wisdom that God has blessed me with in the area of holistic health and wellness. And specifically, we're going to be talking about the 4 pillars that I base all of our education off of. When we say conscious wellness, so here's what I mean by that. Air is number 1, water is number 2, food is number 3, and your consciousness is number 4, potentially number 1. So when I say consciousness, I'm referring to your emotional well-being. I'm aware of talking about how you think about things, how you process information, whether you are showing up as a victim or understanding that God has created you in His image, and His gift and His idea is to live His life through us, through our personalities and characteristics. So with this in mind, allow me to share with you the 4 pillars we talk about: air, water, food, and consciousness. This will be a short video, not too long. There will be other trainings available for you more. If you desire to dig into more of our information, you can go to Think Great Lose Weight. On Facebook is where I would suggest. You can find our feeds from there. We do 4 free trainings a week at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on all kinds of fun stuff. Today we're going to talk about air, water, food, and consciousness, specifically because, in my opinion, what I've experienced in my lifetime of being involved in the health and wellness field. Currently, I'm 39 years young. I started doing this stuff when I was 7. I don't expect you to hear me until you know me. So I'm going to share with you some of my most challenging moments so you can understand that I am likely flawed and I'm just like you. So first off, I've been 250 pounds 3 different times. I understand what it's like to eat to live and live to eat. My preference a lot of the times is live to eat. So with that in mind, understand that I'm truly speaking from a fat person at heart, and I love you. No matter where you're at, there's always room to grow starting right now if you're open-minded to receive feedback and you're willing to implement and execute. So what I've found literally from being in this field for over 32 years, having well over 100,000+ hours invested in this with well over 22 some odd different certifications from different institutions and all kinds of fun stuff. And I don't say that stuff as a pat on my back. I share that with you so you can understand that I've devoted my life to doing this. I've devoted my life to being a student of it, as well as mastering the information, most importantly, so that I can be the best version of myself and support you to be the exact same best version of you. So if you're open-minded, I encourage you and offer to you now to make a decision to trust me, to follow my advice, and allow me to share some things with you that can potentially transform your life if you are willing and ready to receive and implement the information. So the reason why we talk about air, water, food, and consciousness is because working with over 80,000 people at this point, what I found is that there's lots of people out there who would love to have a fast fix about things. And honestly, there is no fast fix. We're talking lifestyle. We're talking, what are the fastest ways for me to upgrade my well-being? Number 1, taking deeper breaths. Most people breathe very shallow from their chest. One of the first things that you can breathe down into your stomach. Taking deeper breaths means less stress, means less cortisol, means no fight or flight. It also changes the type or the parasympathetic nervous system versus the sympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic is thriving. That's sympathetic is, oh no, I gotta run because there's a tiger following me. So knowing how to breathe is a crucial component to understanding that stuff and being able to shift it immediately. There's some breathing modalities called Qigong, Qigong. Super impactful. Some of the most potent things that I've ever done have been breath work, so don't let breath work fool you. It is by far some of the most potent stuff that I have done and experienced. So air is number one. That's the first thing you would die without. Water's number two. There's a lot of different types of water out there. I encourage you to not drink tap water. I encourage you to drink a filtered water at least. I prefer a bit of an alkaline water. I have a 9.5 pH water. You get to do what works for you, because there's not a one person on the planet that is exactly the same. So my pleasure could be your poison. So when I say make sure you pay attention to what works for you, I'm talking about give yourself objective feedback after you start implementing something. Most people, from what I've experienced, most people are acidic, meaning their lifestyles are acid-based, their thoughts are acid-based, meaning lots of anger, hatred, jealousy, rage, unforgiveness, sadness, sorrow. All of those are acidic emotions, okay? A lot of people don't have vegetables, fast foods, a lot of processed foods, a lot of chemicals. There's so many chemicals in our world today that understanding what you're putting into your system is the best gift you could give yourself to take care of yourself. So not all waters are created equal. I love my Kangen water machine. I've had it for 5 years. My encouragement to you is to try some different things and pay attention to how you feel, because not all waters are created equal. And it's the second thing you're going to die without. All right. So number three, food. Food, you're going to hear me talking about, like why certain foods can reverse symptoms. For example, why kiwis have the potential to reverse asthma. Why you can eat the avocado seed to reverse heart disease by clearing out plaque in our arteries. There's a ton of information that's available through God's wisdom through grocery store foods that most people are unaware of. If this stuff excites you and if you find yourself intrigued by this, this is what we base our whole platform off of, and this is what we're bringing into Mastery Systems as a gift for you, to give you more conscious information to help you thrive. By understanding what to do in your mind, your body, and your spirit, when you have all these components in check and they're all operating equally and they're all operating at their top notch, there's no stopping you. On top of that, you're going to empower others by lighting their light and helping them to be the best version of themselves. You are the most important person on the planet. Because if you're not loving you, scripturally it says, love your neighbor as yourself, which infers you must love your neighbor as yourself, which means you must love yourself first. And I'm not talking about religion. Let's just say the Bible has a book of laws. If we were to recognize them and align to them, miracles happen every time. And in my experience, that has been an actual fact. So much so that I predict and expect them to show up with using the skill sets that I've learned from Bob specifically in Mastery Systems, of which you also have the opportunity to do so. So that's all ties into food. Conscious nutrition, why I would eat in certain types of foods for certain types of symptoms, why I would eat in certain types of foods to raise certain frequencies within my body and my organ systems. All of this stuff we will dig into. And the last one is consciousness, meaning what do I think? How do I think? Do I understand that I'm creating everything in my life, or am I more of like a victim and everything happens to me? Understanding that a bad thought can kill you faster than a bad germ is the truth. Your thoughts turn into things. What you think about, you become, myself included. So my invitation to you is I offer to you this. Be the best version of yourself. Plug into all of these new systems that Bob has created for you, allowing us to support and serve you, and creating a network of amazing human beings to help you be the best version of yourself. And if you're ready for this journey, for your journey specifically, message me when you watch my video. If you made it this far into it, 9 minutes into it, you're serious about your life, and I would like to know what value you got from my video, and most importantly, what your biggest challenge is right now, so that we and I know how to best support you. So when I come back and start creating more content for you, I have some feedback on areas that I can support you at best. That is the best way that I can support and serve you. Make sure you plug in and Think Great, Lose Weight on Facebook. That's where you can get a hold of me. My name is Brian Johnson. My business partner is Chris Vanberg. Both heavy duty into Mastery Systems and completely support and vote Bob's victory. And we always support him when he comes to Austin and other cities that we can partake in and host him and bring people and bring our tribe members to his stuff. So plant yourself here fully. Water yourself with all the information that's available to you and thrive. There is no other way but to thrive when you're plugged into the stuff that we're going to be sharing with you. So have an amazing night. Remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Remember, air, water, food, and consciousness and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.